Hello students. We are continuing with our chapter 2, which is microorganisms, friend and foe. In the last video we discussed about the types of microorganisms, right, and some of their features, and we discussed about their structure, their diagrams. Okay, so in the last video, in the last discussion, we did all these topics. Now, as the name suggests, that microorganisms can be useful and microorganisms can be harmful. So firstly, I am discussing the uses of microorganisms, or you can say the useful microorganisms. So the very first is useful bacteria. Most bacteria act as decomposers. Decomposers क्या होता है? Which means that they feed on dead and decaying organic matter and release nutrients into soil, air, etc. Nitrogen fixing bacteria help in nitrogen fixation that helps in maintaining fertility of soil. हमने क्रॉप प्रोडक्शन चैप्टर में पढ़ा था ना, that nitrogen is one of the essential nutrient which is required for the growth of plants. So nitrogen fixing bacteria जो है that helps in maintaining the fertility of the soil. अभी at the end of this chapter we will be discussing the nitrogen cycle. उसमें आपको ये पूरा डिटेल में समझाएंगे. Like leguminous plants, roots of these plants have nodules that contains rhizobium, and that bacteria has power to fix nitrogen. Thus, it helps in maintain the fertility of the soil. Bacteria help in treating sewage and producing biogas from waste, right? Many herbivores have cellulose digesting bacteria in their stomach. Herbivores, for example, in class 7th, you must have studied about ruminants. राइट उनके जो स्टमक में एक स्पेशल बैक्टीरिया होता है विच हेल्प्स देम इन डाइजेस्टिंग द सेल्यूलोज. ओके, some bacterias are helpful in the manufacturing of antibiotics like penicillin. Some bacteria are helpful in manufacturing of products like vinegar, ethanol, etc. Bacteria are used in tanning of leather. Some bacteria are used in research tools, and some bacteria promote curd formation. You must have seen that your mothers are making curd at home. So I'll be discussing that complete formation in the form of an activity. Curd contains a bacteria. Curd also contains a bacteria which is known as lactobacillus. So lactobacillus is our stomach friendly bacteria. It treats and prevents diarrhea, helps in food breakdown and absorption of nutrients. So they are used in baking industry also for making breads, pastries, cakes, etc. Yeast is used as a raising agent in baking. I'll be discussing the activities related to yeast, right? Useful fungi. They act as decomposers and helpful in adding nutrients to soil. It is used in making antibiotics. Yeast is used in making alcoholic beverages and bread, idli, etc. It is also called khameer. That yeast, ये जो yeast fungi है, that is also known as khameer. Idli, dosa batter contain urad pulses. These urad seeds contain lactic acid bacteria, and this bacteria lead to the formation of lactic acid and carbon dioxide. Formation of lactic acid gives a sour taste to the batter. You must have eaten idli and dosa, तो उसमें एक हल्का सा sour taste आता है. That is because of this lactic acid. Therefore, the batter should not be fermented for too long, else it might turn too sour. So इसलिए जो बैटर है इसको हम ज़्यादा देर तक फर्मेंट नहीं करते हैं. अगर हम ज़्यादा उसको फर्मेंट कर देंगे तो ये बहुत सॉर हो जाएगा, बहुत उसमें एक खट्टापन आ जाएगा. So mushrooms are edible fungi. Some of them are also used in research work. Useful algae. Algae, we know that it is green in color, and they make their food with the help of photosynthesis. So it helps in supplying food to the aquatic animals, the animals which live in water, and also produces oxygen gas that can be used for respiration. Red algae is edible in certain countries. Algae is used in making toothpaste, jelly, etc. Some algae enrich the soil with nitrogen like blue-green algae. Blue-green algae also fixes the nitrogen, right? So that's why it nourishes the soil with the nitrogen. Some algae are sources of iodine and potash like brown algae. So these are the uses of algae. Now, what are the areas where these type of microorganisms can be used? In food and beverage industry, in making medicines and vaccines, in agriculture, and in cleaning the environment. I'll be taking each and every topic in detail now. First is food and beverage industry. Bacteria help us in making certain foods. Lactobacillus, we know that it helps us in making curd. Many fungi like mushrooms and morels are edible, which are rich. They are quite nutrient rich. Yeast is commonly employed in preparing food items like bread, cakes, idli, dosa, dhokla, etc. It is also used in breweries for making wines by the process of fermentation. Fermentation process I am going to discuss in detail in the coming slides. Making medicines and vaccines. Bacteria and fungi are used to make medicines called antibiotics. The first antibiotic, penicillin, was discovered by Alexander Fleming using the fungus Penicillium. Some common antibiotics are streptomycin and terramycin. Microbes are used to make vaccines. Now, what is a vaccine? Vaccine are actually weakened or dead germs or dead microorganisms, and they are introduced in our body. Now, when they are introduced in our body produces antibodies, right? Our body produces antibodies, and those antibodies fight with these microorganisms, or you can say the pathogens. Pathogens are the disease causing microorganism. So those antibodies fight with these pathogens, and they remember this immunity system for longer period of time, right? So in this way a vaccine works. They offer protection against diseases like tuberculosis, polio, etc. by producing antibodies. Bacteria and yeast are used in making vitamin B complex tablets. The human hormonal called insulin can also be obtained from bacteria. एग्रीकल्चर में कहाँ यूज़ करते हैं हम इसे? सम बैक्टीरिया लाइक राइजोबियम, ब्लू ग्रीन एल्गाई live in the root nodules of plants such as gram, pea, etc. These bacteria absorb the nitrogen of the atmosphere and convert it into nitrate, which serves as natural fertilizer for plants, hence enhancing soil fertility. That we have discussed in our chapter crop production. How do they help in cleaning the environment? Microbes help in cleaning the environment by decomposing dead matter. Their decomposed substances are recycled as they get reused from the soil by plants. Some bacteria decompose sewage and other waste in water. This is nature's method of keeping the environment free from pollution. So microbes help us to clean our environment by decomposing the dead matter and the organic matter, of course. Increasing soil fertility. Now how do they help in increasing the soil fertility? Again, the nitrogen fixation, or you can say the blue green algae and rhizobium bacteria example. Both of these bacteria, algae and bacteria, help in fixing the nitrogen from atmosphere. Now these bacteria also help in nitrogen fixation in soil. These microbes help in improving soil fertility. They enrich the soil with the nitrogen nutrient. Okay, what is an antibiotic? I have been using the word antibiotic. और हम घरों में भी अगर हम जब बीमार हो जाते हैं तो usually when we go to a doctor तो mostly हमें antibiotics prescribe किए जाते हैं. Now what is an antibiotic? It is the medicine produced by living organisms such as bacteria and fungi, which kill or stop the growth of the disease causing microorganism. The disease causing microorganisms have got a special name which is known as pathogens. And these antibiotics, they kill or stop the growth of the disease causing microorganisms present in our body. They are made from fungi and bacteria. They are not effective in diseases caused by virus. They are only helpful if we are getting diseases because of bacteria and fungi. Alexander Fleming discovered the antibiotic penicillin in 1929. Penicillin was prepared from a fungus, Penicillium. Penicillin made it possible to treat many difficult diseases. Most of the modern antibiotics are derivatives of penicillin. For example, amoxicillin, cefotaxime, and ceftazidime, etc. So these are all the derivatives of penicillin. Some other examples of antibiotics are tetracycline, norfloxacin. So these are also the examples of antibiotics. पल्स पोलियो, आपके घरों में यूजुअली पोलियो ड्रॉप्स पिलाने के लिए आते रहते हैं. तो what actually the disease polio is? So polio is also a viral disease. That means it is caused by a virus. It is a viral disease which damages the nerves in spine. This results in weak muscles and paralysis, especially in legs. Polio is also called infantile paralysis. Polio vaccine can prevent this disease. It is Pulse Polio is a large-scale program to eradicate polio from India. This program is being run by the United Nations in coordination with the Government of India. All children under 5 years of age are given polio drops. Under this program, Pulse Polio has been highly successful against eradication of polio. So under this program, India is quite successful in the eradication of polio, and it is done door to door. Like आपके घरों में almost after 2-3 months जो भी ये सर्विस प्रोवाइड करते हैं, they came and asked you about giving the polio drops to the kids at home. So this is the part of this Pulse Polio program. Okay, I discussed the useful microorganisms. Now harmful microorganisms. Microorganisms that cause diseases in humans, animals and plants, they are called pathogens or germs. Germs may enter the body of living organism through air, contaminated food and water, or from an infected person by direct or indirect contact or by a carrier. So diseases that can spread from an infected person to a healthy individual through air, water or direct contact are called communicable diseases. For example, common cold, chicken pox, direct contact, right? So these are the communicable diseases. Microorganisms also cause diseases in animals and plants. For example, anthrax is a disease caused by bacterium and affects human and cattle. A virus causes the dangerous foot and mouth disease in cattle. Citrus canker is a bacterial disease that affects trees of citrus fruits and is spread by air. Rust of wheat is a viral disease that affects vegetable like bhindi and spread by insects. Malaria is actually caused by pathogen called Plasmodium. So this is a type of protozoa microorganism group का ये एक type है, that is Plasmodium, and that causes malaria, which is transmitted by female Anopheles mosquito. Dengue is caused by dengue virus and spread by female AIDS mosquito. Corona, आजकल कोरोना चल रहा है, तो that is also a virus and it is caused by coronavirus. So this is the chart of some human diseases caused by microorganism. and their causative microorganism, their mode of transmission, and what preventive measure should be taken. So I am taking 2-3 that you can read. That chart is in your book, I think. First of all, I am taking polio. Polio is causative, इसका causative microorganism है virus, mode of transmission है air और water, and इसका preventive measure क्या है? Keep the patient in complete no, this is not the preventive measure. This is a general preventive measure. Like in corona में भी हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? If anyone is diagnosed with coronavirus, that person is kept in complete isolation, so that the other person should not come in contact with these kinds this type of persons having these kinds of diseases. But the preventive measures depend upon disease to disease, right? So polio का अगर हम देखें कि उसका preventive measure क्या हो सकता है, we should take the polio vaccine and medicine on time. Like it should be given from the birth up to the 5 years of age. तो उस ड्यूरेशन में we should completely follow the immunization vaccine schedule. That vaccine schedule, those doses of disease medicines can help us in the prevention of polio, right? Now if I talk about cholera, that is also caused by a microorganism bacteria. Mode of transmission is water or food, and general preventive measure क्या हो सकते हैं? Maintain personal hygiene and good sanitary habits, consume properly cooked food and boiled drinking water, and vaccination. So these are the preventive measure, general preventive measures which should be used in different types of diseases. Now if I talk about malaria, malaria is caused by protozoa and mode of transmission is mosquito. What is its preventive measure? We should use mosquito net and repellents, spray insecticides, and control breeding of mosquitoes by not allowing water to collect in the surroundings. Disease causing microorganisms in animals. Some of the microorganisms not only cause diseases in humans and plants, but also in other animals. For example, anthrax is an example of dangerous human and cattle disease caused by a bacteria. Foot and mouth disease of cattle is also caused by a virus. So these are the diseases which are caused in by microorganisms in animals. And if I talk about plants, plants की हमने पहले भी discuss की हैं. Like citrus canker is caused by bacteria and mode of transmission is air. Rust of wheat is caused by fungi and the mode of transmission is air or seeds. Yellow vein mosaic of bhindi and microorganism is virus, and mode of transmission is insect. So these are the different diseases caused by microorganism in animals and plants. Okay, I am going to discuss the vaccine, working of a vaccine, how a vaccine actually works. As you can see, it is quite visible in the screen. सबसे पहले तो वैक्सीन डिस्कवर किसने किया था? Edward Jenner discovered smallpox vaccine in 1798. So vaccines are now available for many diseases: smallpox, tuberculosis, polio, tetanus, diphtheria, whooping cough, hepatitis, etc. So vaccines are available for different kinds of diseases. So what a vaccine, how does a vaccine work? सबसे पहले हम क्या करते हैं, वैक्सीन होता क्या है? इट इज़ अ वीकेंड फॉर्म ऑफ अ डिजीज एंटीजन दैट मे बी डेड और लिविंग इज इंजेक्टेड इनटू द बॉडी, एज यू कैन सी इन योर फर्स्ट diagram. Now what happens when these microorganisms are provided in the body, or you can say injected in the body? Then what happens? The body reacts to the antigen by creating antibodies to attack it. Now our body reacts to it by creating antibodies. Now these are the antibodies, the red colored, that you can see on your screen are the antibodies. Now what happens if the certain antigen ever enters the body again? The body's immune system antibodies will be able to fight against it. Now because antibodies जो produce हुई हैं हमारी body में, they fight with these microorganisms. Now also they remember the whole mechanism, right? So you can say our immunity system is developed. So in the future, if the same kind of microorganism attacks our body, then what will happen? The same type of antibodies which are produced in the body, they will help us to fight those microorganisms. In this way a vaccine works. Some important definitions. Types of diseases. कौन कौन सी होती हैं types of diseases? Communicable and non-communicable. The diseases that can spread through sick to healthy person are called communicable diseases. We can also say that communicable diseases are those diseases which can be transferred from one person to another person through direct contact. For example, flu, cold, AIDS. So these are all the communicable diseases. Non-communicable में the diseases that do not spread through sick to healthy person are called non-communicable diseases. We can also say that communicable diseases, non-communicable diseases are those diseases which cannot be transferred from one person to another person. It is misprinted here. It should be non-communicable diseases. For example, lung cancer or liver damage. So these are the diseases which cannot be transferred from one person to another person through direct contact. So these are non-communicable diseases. How we can prevent the spread of communicable diseases? Some simple method of limiting the spread of communicable diseases are to keep the infected person separated from others and to advise his or her to keep a handkerchief on the nose and mouth while sneezing. Which precaution we are these are the precautions that we are using nowadays because of this coronavirus. To keep our environment or surrounding clean. Never let garbage collect in the neighborhood. That means keep your surroundings clean. Timely vaccination against diseases should also be taken. To prevent mosquitoes from breeding, that means we should not allow water to collect anywhere in our neighborhoods. Again, continuing with the important definitions, the process of conversion of sugar into alcohol by the action of yeast is called fermentation. Okay, so with this I'll be discussing this topic in detail in the form of an activity also. So the process of conversion of sugar into alcohol by the action of yeast is called fermentation. It was discovered by Louis Pasteur in 1857. Second definition is the ability of one's body to resist disease is called immunity. A particular vaccine is given at a particular age and this process is known as immunization schedule. Disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens and antigens that I have told you earlier also. Probiotics are live bacteria and yeast and that are good for your health, especially the digestive system. The insect or animal which transmits disease causing microorganisms to humans is called a carrier or that is called a carrier. For example, housefly or mosquito. That's enough for today. I'll be taking some other topics in the next video. Thank you, students.